Hello. It is hot. I've only had this hoodie on for like 5 minutes and already I want to rip it off. But I can't because then YouTube will be like, "Ooh, no, you are wrong." So hello. Today was Thursday. I can't say there was much that really happened. You know, did the job. No, didn't find anything cool. Well, actually, I did find some scratch cards. I had about 35 quid worth of good stuff on them, but then they didn't really think they had tears in them. But like, the common theory is that someone like tried to go through the shop's bins, but then the shop should have disposed of them better or something. I don't know. I thought you were supposed to hand them into Lottery HQ. So they were. I did find a £3 one that, you know, I cashed that one in. I got a different scratch card game. Because I don't mind gambling with somebody else's money. I didn't win on that. But, you know, hey ho. That happens. What would I have done with 3 quid, you know? Not much else, really. So, yeah. Haven't had a chance to speak to Supervisor about the thing that happened yesterday. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. So, no real update on that. Otherwise, just kind of a hot meh day, you know. Gone out, done my thing. Turns out I'm overdrawn, which is usual, but overdrawn by more than I expected. So I've had to rejig the budget. I'm still going to treat myself to that jewellery. It just might mean I have to. Yeah, my bills are all spread out. With my big credit card, I'm trying to pay big but smaller chunks like throughout the month rather than have to pay it all in one go. So I was going to do that, but the smaller one is the one that's due next, so I'm going to put a lump on that and then put 2 lumps or however many lumps before the due date of the big credit card, and then do it next week, so it should be fine. So I usually when I have a smaller week, I try and keep the money tighter, but things happen to go out, especially because it's the beginning of the month. My phone bill went out, a couple of other things went out, like my insurance. I think my City World card goes out next week. So yeah, because it's the beginning of the month, stuff has gone out and there wasn't as much money to do it. So next week, because I've done another 5-day week, I'll have more money and then I can put more money towards things. But I definitely have to buy jeans. I definitely need to pay at least that small phone bill. Not the phone bill, the smaller credit card. And I want to buy myself that jewellery because, god damn it, I'm worth it and I should be treated now and again. And if he ain't going to buy it for me, I might as well buy it for myself. So, yeah, I'm going to give myself a treat and then rejig the bill. So everything's going to be covered, it's just going to be covered at different times. So yeah, that's like I said, today's not been very eventful. It's just a day. It's just Thursday. Boop, boop, boop. No, I don't know why I'm making that noises. So the question. Oh wow, now this. I've said before about some of the questions that, you know, really suggest it is for a younger person. This question is definitely for a younger person. Imagine a world where there was no internet, video games, or television. What would you do to pass time? How scary does that scenario seem to you? Well, not that scary. Because aside from television, where when I was growing up, our hometown, like our area where we were living, Stevenage in particular, but yes, I think particularly Bedwell, was one of the first areas to get Sky and the channels that came with Sky One. So I have gone from when I was about 10 or 11. I've pretty much always had cable. Before then, I was kind of aware that we had like the 3 or 4 channels, and then suddenly, oh look, all these other channels. We'd always had some, you know, videos and stuff that we could watch whenever we wanted. So I seem to remember, for the most part, my sister and I would just watch the videos and then whatever telly that my parents were watching. So by the time I was becoming old enough to want to choose my own programs and what to watch, was also about the time, I mean, outside of children's programs, sorry. So you'd have like, you know, CBBC or COTV, although we're called that then. But you know, you'd have the block of children's programs in the afternoon after school. And there'd be the ones that we'd gotten into and wanted to watch then. But nothing else really that, you know, I would have chosen to watch. So the fact that we only had the 4 channels really didn't bother me, because it's all I knew and it didn't really matter. And then by the time I was like, you know, in my double figures and stuff, that's when we got the cable, like satellite TV. And when we moved, we took it with us, so I had a very confusing conversation with one of my fellow students when I was trying to explain this channel to them, and they didn't have it, and I didn't understand why they didn't have it. I was like, well, doesn't everyone have it? But then, like, you know, moved a couple of times. And when I went to Dorset, you know, I was 20, 21, there wasn't cable in the shared cottage. We wasn't, you know, we didn't have it. It was just the basic channels again, and then whatever videos we bought or, you know, chose to watch. So my housemate watched Speed 2 a lot. Don't know why they'd like that one particularly. There was a video store rental place right, you know, down the road. That's how I was able to get somewhere. I got quite friendly with the staff in there, and so they could have picked any films that they wanted to watch. That I don't know if it was because he managed to buy a copy for like a couple of quid or something. So in terms of television, no, I can't fully imagine a world without TV or some, you know, the magic box in the corner, but I can imagine life with less channels. I mean, I'm watching TV less now than I did when I was younger, but then again, I am watching YouTube, so that's, you know, still kind of, you know, just sit down and watch entertainment. So I can just about remember, I can remember life pre-internet, although, you know, again, that was coming up and becoming a thing as I was growing up. And what was the other thing I was supposed to imagine life without? Internet, video games, or television. Video games, again, something I grew up with. I grew up in the 8-bit era. It's one of those things where it depends if I'm in the mood. So, could I conceivably live without video games? No. Because it depends what you mean by video games. I mean, like, some people hear video games, they instantly think shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, some kind of action adventure, FPS, whatever, big arcade game, big action, you know, lots of hours of gameplay. But other people, it could be, you know, like casual mobile games, and this is my phone case, but like, phone's obviously there. You know, I do play Simpsons Tapped Out. I do have the My Little Pony game, so I would count those as video games as well. You know, they are games or activities to pass the time that I play on an electronic device. So casual games, I guess, but so, I can't quite imagine a game like. But if I wasn't doing that, if I didn't have the TV, if I didn't have the internet, if I didn't have video games, what would I be doing? Well, what I used to do, I'd be reading more. I would be drawing more. I don't really have anything to show you. I've just got like, well, I've been swatching my pens to make sure they still work. I do have a pencil sketch, but I'm not ready to show that yet until I've actually done some more work to it. Actually, I can show you when I find it. I can show you this, but I just did as a random line art, and I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's just my robot guy. Haven't really done much of that. Started colouring it and didn't go very far. I would be doing cross stitch. I have a lot more finished projects. Our other needlecraft thing, I would have finished Olivia Rao by now. Possibly even writing. Not necessarily the great novel, but some kind of, you know, outlet of imagination, of writing down my thoughts. I was never really good at journaling, like before I discovered vlogging, because even when I had a live journal I didn't really do much with it. But Yeah, I mean, I'd be reading more. I'd be writing more. I would be playing games, but I'd be doing puzzles. Like actually in puzzle books and stuff. I do still buy puzzle books now and again. But I don't always sit down and do them. I recently bought these. Like I've got this, you know, dot to dots. I mean, they are quite big. There's like a couple of 100 dots per image. So these aren't like your kiddie dot to dot puzzles. What did I say? Yeah, approximately 500 dots per image. So these aren't like your kiddie ones. Maybe I mean, we're talking about a world without television, but didn't exclude cinema. So yeah, I'd probably still be going to the cinema. I guess, and this would be kind of, you know, as a maybe. I guess if there's no other forms of mass entertainment, the theatre prices might actually come down. Like there wouldn't be as much because more people would go more often. So not as often as I'd go to the cinema, but yeah, maybe I'd be going to the theatre more, like see a live show. I guess I would have to go out and meet people, but I don't know if I'm gonna be comfortable with that. So yeah, just the stuff I used to do as a kid, the stuff that I So I guess the last part of the question, does it scare me? No, because I've already lived there. How scary does that scenario seem to you? It doesn't, because you know, it was my childhood. So yeah, I would be reading more. I'd be creating more in some form or other, be it, you know, drawing, colouring, you know, doing stitchcraft of various forms, or I would be, you know, I'd be doing puzzles, logic or otherwise. I like logic puzzles, maybe crosswords. So yeah, I'd be doing that. I'd be doing the things I used to do more often as a kid. So yeah, there you go. That's my life without internet and other modern luxuries. So I'm going to upload this and then carry on playing my Simpsons game. So, so yeah, thank you for watching. I completely appreciate it. You are awesome, lovely people. My name's Michelle. Oh, yes it is, but I've been Michelle, you've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!